Steve Jobs wasn't born into luxury, success, or fame. He came into the world on February 24th, 1955, in San Francisco, California. Right after birth, Steve was put up for adoption. Paul and Clara Jobs, a humble working-class couple, adopted him. Paul Jobs was a machinist who taught Steve how to take things apart, understand them, and build them again. Clara helped him pursue learning and curiosity. Growing up, Steve was brilliant, restless, and endlessly curious. His teachers called him smart but difficult to control. From a young age, Steve wasn't interested in rules. He was interested in possibility. His mind wasn't built to fit into a traditional box. It was built to destroy the box and build a new one. In the early 1970s, technology was changing, massive computers filling rooms everywhere. And that's when Steve met Steve Wozniak, the engineer who would become his partner. Woz was shy, quiet, and a hardware genius. Jobs was bold, persuasive, and full of vision. Together, they believed something insane at that time. Computers shouldn't belong only to scientists. They should belong to everyone. That idea was laughed at until they made it real. Jobs convinced Woz, we can build computers ourselves, in a garage. This spark would light a fire that technology had never seen before. Paul Jobs' garage in Los Altos, California, the birthplace of Apple Computer Company. Woz designed the circuits and engineered the motherboard. Steve went out, pitched stores, took orders, and sold. Their first machine, Apple I, wasn't flashy. It wasn't beautiful, but it worked. And it was revolutionary. They built each computer by hand, soldering parts at night, delivering products by day. What was driving Jobs? A belief that ordinary people deserve extraordinary tools. This was the beginning of Apple, and the beginning of a revolution. Apple released Apple II, the first mass-market computer that normal people could actually use. With a keyboard, color display, and friendly design, it took America by storm. Suddenly, computers weren't just machines, they were personal devices. Apple became one of the fastest-growing companies in history. Jobs became a celebrity entrepreneur, riding a wave of innovation. But behind the success, Jobs was intense, demanding, and obsessed with perfection. Good enough was not in his vocabulary. He wanted Apple products to be beautiful, powerful, and magical, and that fire both built Apple and would soon explode inside it. As Apple grew, so did internal tension. Jobs hired John Sculley, CEO of Pepsi, hoping to scale the company faster. But instead of working together, the two clashed, constantly. Jobs wanted radical innovation. Sculley wanted stability and profit first. The board of directors made a brutal decision. In 1985, Steve Jobs, the founder, the visionary, was forced out of his own company. Jobs said later, "It was devastating, but it was also the best thing that ever happened to me." With nothing left but his ideas, Steve decided to do what he always did: start again. Jobs didn't disappear, he transformed. He founded a new computer company called Next, focused on premium, ultra-powerful machines for education and science. Next didn't become a commercial hit, but the technology created there would shape the future of Apple. At the same time, Jobs purchased a struggling animation studio, Pixar. Under his leadership, Pixar created cinematic magic, Toy Story, The Incredibles Finding Nemo Monsters, Inc. Pixar didn't just succeed, it changed animation forever. Jobs became a billionaire again, this time without Apple. In the mid-1990s, Apple was collapsing. Sales were down, innovation was dead, and bankruptcy was close. Desperate, Apple bought Next, and with it, Steve returned home. Once back inside, Jobs wasted no time. He simplified product lines, rebuilt teams, and focused on design and user experience. What followed was history. 1998, iMac 2001, iPod 2007, iPhone 2010, iPad. Steve Jobs didn't just build products. He reshaped 3 entire industries: personal computing, digital music, smartphones. the world suddenly lived inside Apple's ecosystem. Jobs believed, design is not just what it looks like. Design is how it works. And the world followed. In 2004, Jobs was diagnosed with cancer. Despite declining health, he continued leading the world's most innovative company. On October 5th, 2011, Steve Jobs passed away, leaving behind Apple as the most influential tech company on Earth. But his real legacy is deeper. He changed what we expect from technology, how we think about creativity, how far vision can take a person. Jobs once told Stanford graduates, "Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life." Steve Jobs proved that a curious kid from a garage could change the world, one idea at a time. Some build companies, some build products. Steve Jobs built the future.